So that's sort of Lamarckian in its.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
That's
it's
a good
not,
comment.
because the brain adapts, whereas the body.
Yeah, that's a great comment. You know, and if you start thinking about that, it has really revolutionary implications. So you can say, for example, if I have an idea that's really radical, and say, in a sense, that changes the configuration of my cortex, I can transmit that, maybe not to you, maybe your brain is already fixed, so to speak, but down the generations and alter the structure of brains henceforth. So you could say, well, ideas can spread throughout a population that way. That's a Lamarckian spread. But even more interestingly, I think, is, and this is speculative, of course, but let's say that there are certain types of revolutions in thought that are actually the consequences of biological mutations. So you could say that, well, you're a particularly odd sort of person from the genetic perspective, and as a consequence, you think in a very, very unique manner. But the thing that's so interesting is that if you can still communicate those thoughts, then the effect of that genetic mutation can be transmitted throughout the population without any biological alteration at the genetic level at all. So that's really something that's interesting, because it means that the consequence of genetic mutations on cognition can spread throughout the population as fast as communication can move. So that's, yeah, the Lamarckian, does everybody know what Lamarckian transmission is? Well, Lamarck was the character who thought that the reason that you could transmit acquired characteristics. So the reason giraffes have long necks is because they kept trying to stretch their necks, basically, and they transmitted the capacity to do the stretching to their offspring. So you could transmit acquired characteristics down the genetic line. Now you can't do that, that's wrong, but that's what Lamarck thought. But he wasn't completely wrong, because that is how this sort of transmission works. It's non-genetically mediated accumulation of biological resources. So that's very interesting. So yeah, that's a good comment.